Quick question. Did that motherfucker seriously call my best friend a thought on Twitter?
I'm saying I don't wanna come down from your love. We'll get lost together, let me find. Don't ever let me come down from your love. From your love. From your love.
Hey guys, it's Bree here. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the situation between DAY6's Jae and K-pop soloist Jamie Park. I just want to make a quick disclaimer. The purpose of this video is not to hate on Jae from DAY6 or Jamie or any of the parties mentioned in this video. The comment section is not a place for you to drag any of the parties mentioned. It's okay to share your opinions about the situation, but any hate comments towards Jae or anyone else will be deleted. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to join my Discord server. We have about 1,500 members, and it's a great place to talk to me about this issue or other things. And you can also talk to my other Discord members about K-pop. It's a great place to be. So if you're not familiar with Jae or DAY6, DAY6 is a K-pop band under JYP Entertainment. Jae is a vocalist and guitarist of the group. Recently, actually on New Year's Eve 2021, JYP released a statement that Jae would be ending his contract with JYP and he would no longer be a member of DAY6. A lot of my days or fans of DAY6 were very alarmed and saddened by this news. The timing was especially crazy because it happened on New Year's Eve. Jae later did a live stream on Twitch and explained that although he would be ending his contract with JYP, he would still be a member of DAY6. He was just currently on a hiatus. And in the statement released from JYP, the reason for him ending his contract and being on hiatus was for his own personal reasons. When I read the statement, I immediately assumed that it was for mental health reasons. If you follow Jae at all, or even if you don't follow Jae, you might know that he's been pretty open about his mental health. I will link a very good article in the description box and in the pinned comment. He actually did an interview with Allure magazine, and he talked about the moment when he realized he needed to address his mental health issues, and it actually started with a panic attack that he had when he was in a car. He was coming home from filming. He was having a panic attack, and at the time he thought that he was gonna, and that led to him being diagnosed with panic disorder and treating it by getting on medication. And ever since then, he's been pretty open about his mental health and kind of wanting to destigmatize mental health, especially in K-pop. So I do think that that is something admirable, but I also want you to keep that in mind as we continue to talk about this issue. And like I said, I will link that in the description box. I would also recommend that you check out Vixo's video on Jae if you want more context before moving forward. I will link her video in the description box as well as in the pinned comment. I think she does a great job at summarizing some of the things that have been going on with Jae and his mental health leading up to this issue that I'm going to discuss today. So to get back on track, like I said before, Jae announced that he would be taking a hiatus from DAY6, and only a few days later, yesterday on a live stream on Twitch, Jae made some comments that have made him the topic of K-pop Twitter, K-pop Reddit. He's currently under fire for some derogatory comments that he made towards Jamie, who he actually is a longtime friend of. I think they've been friends for about 14 years. They've done podcasts together. Jamie was also formerly signed to JYP, so this is not just some random person. They are very close, and that's why I think a lot of people were really surprised about some of the comments he made towards Jamie on this live stream. So I'm going to put the clip here for you guys to hear it, and then I'm going to break down some of the things that he said.
I hope there will be an eject Jamie. Okay. Yo. Okay, now that I'm not in K-pop anymore, I could say this. Why Jamie trying to be a thought? That's right, I said it. Tell her. I said it. Tell her. Tell her. Tell her. I said it. I'm just kidding. Jamie's incredible at music. She a baddie? What the f is what's the difference between a baddie and a thought? Like what's the energy and difference? It's the same thing, right? Slap clip to Jamie, she's gonna be so pissed. She's gonna be so pissed, dude. Oh, it's good out of pocket. Bro, okay, I only say that because Jamie thought shaming right now. No, I am not. Jamie is a close friend of mine. Okay, she on me all the time. All right, I will do what I want. Jamie will call you. Yo, that'd be some funny ass in like 15 minutes. She hits me up. I will pick. If she hits me up in 15 minutes, I will pick up the phone on speaker. I don't care. I will do it. Oh my god. She's a badass queen. Yo, Jamie vocally demon. Fucking demon. Image wise, I don't know, bro. I just don't know. Bro, you in trouble? Dude. I shouldn't have said that. That wasn't worth it. That was not worth it. I love Jamie's songs. Yeah. Jamie has great songs. Have you guys heard Astronaut? Farming KW. Clipped and shipped. What do you mean clipped and shipped? Jamie's not even a Twitch streamer. She doesn't even know about Twitch. Her lawyer is watching. Hey, Apollo 11 was fire. Jamie is such a dope artist. Fucking love Jamie. She came out on Joker, killed that shit. Jamie's so great, man. Just my god. Her image, her baddie image, just can't, my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe that she's like a little sister to me. Just, oh my god, please, lawyers, don't call me. I have no money. Jamie, I'm poor. I have no money, man. Please, just let me be. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm sorry, I take it back. Jamie is watching? Dude, Jamie doesn't even know what Twitch is. I literally used to tell her I play video games. She's like, bro, you're such a nerd. I'm like, did you just find that out now? Not the other 5 years I was playing video games? Picking up your calls, being like, 지민아 지금 게임 중이야. 이따 전화할게. Like, you just realize that? Jamie is calling you right now. No shot. I don't see any calls.
Okay, so as you can see in this clip, Jay says, now that I'm no longer in K-pop, I can say this, and he proceeds to say, why is Jamie trying to be a thought? So first of all, if you're not familiar with the word thought, it's just another way to call someone a or to shame them. It's not a positive word, especially in this context. And it kind of came out of the blue for me. It was so random, especially since he kind of prefaced it with, now that I'm out of K-pop, I can say this. To me, it kind of sounded like this is something that he's thought or always wanted to say before, but now that he's not in K-pop and he no longer has to keep up this image, he can say it. So for me, it was just uncalled for. It was totally inappropriate. He later clarifies and asks his Twitch chat, I'm guessing because they were questioning him on his word choice, what's the difference between thought and baddie? Doesn't it mean the same thing? And then they explain to him that, you know, it's not the same thing. A thought is basically and calling someone a baddie is just basically saying that they have an image that's really attractive, you know, or desirable. It's not necessarily a negative thing. So for him to call her a thought was completely inappropriate. He later goes on to say that we're close friends and she me all the time, so I can do what I want, rationalizing his comments towards her by using the fact that they're friends and she jokes about him all the time, so he can do it too. But the issue with this is Jamie and Jay having their relationship, having their friendship and joking between each other is fine, but for him to say what he said on a Twitch stream in front of thousands of people is completely different than them joking amongst themselves. People can easily take what you say out of context and assume that Jamie is promiscuous, and if she is, you know, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. She's a grown woman, she can do whatever she wants. Being someone that's been in the K-pop industry for so long, Jay should understand the weight of those words, what those words could mean, and how they could affect Jamie's image as someone who's also in the industry. Calling her a thought is completely inappropriate, and it could damage her reputation if people do think that she is that way, especially in an industry that's very sexist. He later continues and says, vocally, she's a demon, but image-wise, he kind of trails off, and later he says that he sees her as a little sister, so it seems that he's just uncomfortable with her image. Basically, he's praising her vocal skills, but he doesn't like her image. And I'm not that familiar with Jamie, so I did check out her Instagram. I don't see anything wrong with her image. I just see a woman who's beautiful and confident. I think that's what her image gives off. So I just think what Jay said was very derogatory, and I wonder if he would have said the same thing about a male friend if they had a similar image, a confident image, you know, in general. I just don't understand why you would think it's okay to go on a live stream and talk negatively about your friend in general, like I said, in front of thousands of people. If you want to joke with your friend, that's fine, but Twitch is not the place to do so, especially if you know how the K-pop industry can be. So after Jay made those statements, a lot of people were completely tearing him apart online. They were not happy about what he said about Jamie. I saw a lot of people, a lot of his fans defending him and saying that he didn't know what thought means. My thing is, even if he really didn't know the meaning of thought when he said it, my first thought was, why would you call your friend a word that you don't know the meaning of in front of thousands of people? And another thing, to me, even if he didn't know the meaning of the word thought, he was still using it in a negative way, because he then followed up that statement by calling her a baddie and criticizing her image. What really made matters worse is about 1 a.m. my time this morning, Jamie posted a few tweets, and I'll quickly read them. Jamie actually made a few tweets that she since deleted. She first tweeted, "A what? Just remember how much I cared about you even before you were in your last company, and how many times if you were alright. I prayed for you, your questions were like mine, it's really sad." Then she tweeted afterwards, "I'm just deleting it, I'm okay," and she has deleted those tweets that I just read. She also tweeted later, "I hate that we as women have to be subjected to men's humor to appease incels on the internet, period."
Quick question. Did that motherfucker seriously call my best friend a thought on Twitter? Somebody put him under contract. Somebody chain him up. Like, hurry the fuck up. So, correction. It was on Twitch, not on Twitter. Which, quite unfortunately, doesn't make it any better or different. Like... Also, what I'm having a hard time trying to comprehend is, if he didn't fully understand the word, why didn't he look it up? Why? It's literally that easy. If I don't know a word, I make sure that I fully understand the definition of the word and decide if I want to use it or not. Like, you don't have an excuse. To give him some excuse, I do understand, as a fellow ex-JYP, how liberating it is to not be under contract anymore, how refreshing it is to not be restricted from saying or doing things that you've always wanted to do and say. So you got excited. However, that does not excuse you from calling your friend a thought on Twitch Live. I seriously can't think of any other reasons as to why you would bring her up out of nowhere, unless it's for clout or you're just being petty. And just because you're not signed under... So I don't have a Twitter account, so keep me updated, guys. I'm invested now. But not too invested to the point where I want to make a Twitter account, just like, Already getting updated that he's been doing this for years and he's nearly 30. Wow, Jay. You must really be a baddie. Actually, according to you, then that makes you a thought, right?
So after Jamie's tweets, the internet really started ripping Jay apart, because before a few people could speculate and say, you know, well, maybe this is how they talk. Maybe Jamie's okay with it. Maybe she's not offended. But Jamie's tweets confirmed that she was in fact offended. She was hurt by what Jay said. I do not like that Jamie had to be the butt of Jay's joke in front of all the people on Twitch. It was just so wrong for him to basically big up her vocals but then say he's not okay with her image. It's kind of like, who asked you? I mean, just support her. She's your friend. This is not the place to be talking about her image. And really, her image is none of your business. And I also think it's messed up that she is the one being the bigger person, saying, you know what, fine, I'm just going to delete the tweets. I'm okay. And she's the one who was embarrassed online in front of all these people. And then an hour later, Jay actually tweeted at Jamie and released an apology. I wanted to make an apology to Jamie and everyone about what I said. It was most definitely a comment made in poor taste, and I feel terrible for making Jamie feel the way she does. What I thought was friendly banter, I now realize wasn't. In no way was I referencing any kind of physical behavior or energy, trying to take a slight at Jamie, but rather the aura of what people refer to as a baddie, and thought the two were synonymous. However, I do understand that this is in no way an excuse for my comment. My sincerest apologies to Jamie as well as everyone who was hurt by it. I do think it's a good thing that Jay apologized. I would really be surprised if he didn't. He does admit that it was a comment made in poor taste and that he didn't intend on hurting Jamie. He also clarifies that he wasn't referring to any physical behavior or energy, and that's kind of referring to his claim that he didn't understand the meaning of thought. But I still kind of stick with what I said before. Jay did call Jamie a thought in a negative way. It wasn't meant to be a positive thing, especially since he went on to contrast her vocal talent with her image. It's kind of like, how did you want us to perceive that? I don't know. That's just how I interpreted what he said. The two are close, so I'm thinking that maybe either before or after Jamie made those tweets, maybe the two of them had a conversation and then Jay publicly apologized on Twitter. But this was just not a good move on Jay's part. So now I want to move on and discuss the backlash that Jay has been getting. And I also want to mention some of the sentiment he's expressed recently, even before he ended his contract with JYP, referring to the K-pop industry and such. So the fact that Jay led his comments about Jamie with, now I can say this because I'm not in K-pop anymore, says a lot. I would say in the past few months, from what I've seen, he said a lot of negative things about the K-pop industry, and to me it seems to be coming from a place of hurt or trauma. I think he kind of wants to break away from the K-pop idol label, which is fine, but I think the way he's doing it is not productive, and it's at this point becoming borderline self-sabotage. I've seen that he's made comments about K-pop idols being manufactured and brainwashed in interviews, and then saying, that he's not like that, or he's de-brainwashing himself.
I thought K-pop people were all like manufactured in Korea from like a baby age.
Oh, most of them are.
But
there's very few specific ones that have been brought overseas to be remanufactured and re-brainwashed into the model that you see before you today. I think I've unwashed myself mostly.
Yeah,
I went soul searching.
And you came back to California this week.
But I think that he has a lot of trauma from being a K-pop idol. We know that he does suffer from mental health issues. So I do think that that's kind of what this is coming from. At this point, though, this isn't the first time that Jay has said something problematic online. I've seen tons of threads that I'm not going to go into on Twitter about different things that he said in streams, in podcasts, etc. So at this point, I think the K-pop community online smell blood, if you know what I mean. They've got their targets set on him. A lot of them are just not happy with him. So at this point, I think that he really needs to take a social media break, because for a lot of people, this is like the last straw, and they're just not happy with this entire situation, and I totally get it. But what I will say though, a lot of K-pop fans are being a bit hypocritical, and I will refer back to Vixo's video on Jay once again. A lot of K-pop fans speak out about mental health in the K-pop industry, about K-pop idols that might be suffering from mental health issues. They talk about K-pop idols not being able to act a certain way or be a certain way because of the industry that they're in. And then Jay is an idol that is very blunt, and he said a lot of things about the K-pop industry. A lot of the things he said, the delivery has not been there. But my point is, if you know that someone has mental health issues, has said that they have panic disorder, for the fans that are just being hateful, for those of you that are doing that, especially if you are in the same breath talking about mental health and K-pop and what a serious issue is, for those of you that are doing that, you're hypocritical. If you don't like Jay, if you feel like he's an idol that doesn't align with your morals based on some of the things he said or done, I think that's totally okay. I totally get it. At that point, you can choose to not follow him and not support him, and that's fine. But hate comments and spending time dragging him online, if it's just not constructive criticism, I don't see the point in that. I think as K-pop fans, a lot of us need to realize that it's okay to walk away from someone who we just don't like for whatever reason, instead of spending energy hating on them. And like I said, I'm not talking about constructive criticism. I'm just talking about people being ridiculous. I'm sure you've seen a lot of it online. I do think this is an issue, and I do think he needs to take a break for mental health reasons from social media, especially since he's supposedly only on a hiatus from DAY6. If he continues as he's doing, I don't even know if he'll be able to come back to DAY6, because a lot of this is like self-sabotaging behavior, whether it's intentional or not. But yeah, guys, that's about all I have to say about the whole situation. I hope that Jamie is okay. I hope that Jay really reflects on what he's doing and handles things differently going going forward, because you cannot go on a live stream and just say whatever you want. It's live. People are going to dissect everything you say, and you definitely shouldn't be going on live stream speaking negatively about one of your friends who's also in the industry. Make sure to let me know what you think about the situation in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Jay needs to take a break from social media? If you think he should take another course of action, definitely let me know as well, and let me know what you think about the entire situation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!